Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something real quick. Every morning, God gives you a gift, a fresh start, a brand new opportunity. He hands you 24 hours wrapped up in potential and says, now let's see what you're going to do with it. Now, some of y'all hit that snooze button like it owes you money. You roll over, scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, looking at everybody else's life, while yours is just sitting there waiting on you to get up and live it. Listen, your morning determines the whole trajectory of your day, and your day, my friend, stacks up into your life. The way you start your morning can truly shape the outcome of your entire day. It's more than just a cliche, it's a powerful truth. The first hour after you wake up is like the steering wheel of a car. Whichever direction you turn it, that's where the rest of your day is headed. If you wake up groggy, dragging yourself out of bed, already annoyed about the day before it even begins, guess what? That mood is going to follow you into every task, every conversation, every opportunity. But if you wake up with intention, with gratitude, and with a mindset of possibility, you're going to walk into your day ready to win. Think about it. How many times have you had a rough start? Maybe you overslept, spilled coffee on yourself, forgot something important, and then said, man, this day is already messed up. That's because your morning energy bleeds into everything else. It sets the emotional tone, the pace, the clarity of your mind. And when your mind starts off in chaos, your day will follow suit. Successful people don't just roll out of bed and hope the day goes well. They craft their mornings. They build a system that helps them focus, center themselves, and prepare to meet the day head on. Whether it's through prayer, journaling, meditation, or workout, or simply sitting in silence with a cup of coffee and some peace, they are doing more than just waking up. They are rising up. They're telling the day, I'm in charge. Your brain is at its most impressionable state in the morning. What you feed it in that moment matters. If the first thing you do is grab your phone and scroll through social media, you're letting the world decide how you feel. You're inviting noise into your brain before you've even had a chance to hear your own thoughts. But when you start your day with purpose, speaking positivity, reading something inspiring, or writing down your goals, you start building your day on a strong foundation. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. and run a marathon to win your morning. It's not about hustle culture. It's about mindset and intention. It's about creating a moment of peace and direction before the chaos begins. It's giving yourself a chance to lead your life instead of just reacting to it. Your morning isn't just the beginning of your day. It's the beginning of your life. Over and over again, every single day. And if you treat it with care, with discipline, and with the respect it deserves, it will reward you with clarity, confidence, and control. So, tomorrow when that alarm goes off, remember, this isn't just about waking up. It's about stepping into your greatness, one morning at a time. Most people wake up and immediately slip into reaction mode. They check their phones, respond to messages, read emails, and scroll through social media, all before their feet even touch the floor. From that moment on, their day belongs to everyone but them. The world starts calling the shots. But here's the truth. If you want to live a powerful, purpose-driven life, you can't start your day reacting. You've got to command it. You have to take control of your morning before the world gets a chance to pull you in 100 different directions. Commanding your day means you're intentional about how you begin. You're not just letting life happen to you. You're setting the tone and telling life how it's going to go. It starts with discipline. When that alarm goes off, you make a choice. You can choose to roll over and delay your goals, or you can get up and step into them. That decision right there is your first act of control. It's a signal to your mind and your spirit that you're the one running the show. When you start your day with intention, you begin to build a rhythm that keeps you focused and productive. Instead of jumping into a sea of notifications, you center yourself. You take time to think, to reflect, to align your mind with your mission. Maybe that's writing down what you want to achieve. Maybe it's a prayer, a meditation, or even 5 minutes of silence to just breathe and be. Whatever it is yours, and it sets the tone for everything else that follows. People who command their day aren't superhuman. They've just made a decision that they will no longer live on autopilot. They refuse to let the day dictate how they feel, how they act, or what they do. Instead, they lead their day like a CEO leads a business, with vision, structure, and purpose. And the result, more clarity, more confidence. Reaction mode is chaotic. You're always putting out fires, always behind, always feeling like there's not enough time. Command mode, on the other hand, is calm, is focused. It gives you space to breathe and think and execute. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life, and that's where you belong. You have to ask yourself, am I going to own my day, or am I going to let my day own me? Because that question gets answered the moment you wake up. And if you keep giving that power away, if you keep reacting to everything before you've even taken time for yourself, you're going to keep feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and disconnected from your goals. So take back the wheel. Decide what matters to you before the world tells you what to care about. Walk into your day like it was designed for you, because it was. And when you start commanding your mornings like that, you'll start transforming your entire life. That alarm clock, it's a small thing, just a sound, just a moment, but don't let its size fool you. That moment is powerful. It's the very first decision you make every single day. And whether you realize it or not, that decision sets the tone for your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your life. When the alarm rings and you hit snooze, what you're really doing is postponing your purpose. You're saying, I'll deal with life later. And the danger of that, it becomes a habit. The first battle of the day isn't out there in the world, it's in your bedroom. It's between the version of you that wants comfort and the version of you that wants greatness. And let me tell you something. Comfort doesn't get you anywhere. Success doesn't live in comfort. Discipline does. Growth does. Victory does. And when you hit that snooze button, you're not just buying 5 more minutes of sleep. You're selling your momentum for the day. Waking up when you say you're going to wake up builds a different kind of confidence. It's not loud or flashy. It's quiet but powerful. It's the confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. You told yourself you get up at 6 a.m., then get up. Because every time you follow through, you prove to your own mind that you can be trusted. And that's one of the most valuable relationships you'll ever build, the one with yourself. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about being a robot who pops out of bed at 4:30 every morning with a smile on their face. You're human. You're going to feel tired some days. You're going to want to stay under the covers. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline shows up no matter what. And when you win that first battle with the alarm clock, you're starting your day with a victory. And victory has momentum. That small win sets off a chain reaction. You get out of bed, maybe you stretch, you hydrate, you read or pray or plan your day, each step is fueled by that first win. It's not even about being a morning person. It's about being the type of person who honors their mission. Because when you really want something, when you're really chasing your dream, the bed becomes your biggest distraction. And the alarm clock, it becomes your daily test. You don't build a championship life on random choices. You build it on rituals, on consistency, on doing the hard things when no one's watching. That's why that alarm clock matters. It's the first challenge of your day. And every day you choose discipline over delay. You build the muscle that will carry you through bigger battles. The meetings, the setbacks, the failures, the wins. So tomorrow, when it rings, rise up, not just out of bed, rise up into the life you say you want, and win that battle. First thing, gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can bring into your life, and the best time to tap into it is first thing in the morning. Before the emails, before the traffic, before the meetings or the stress kicks in, that's your moment. Because how you start your day mentally and emotionally will echo through everything you do. If the first thing you feel is frustration, then that becomes the lens through which you see the rest of your day. But if you begin with gratitude, you shift your perspective from what's missing to what's already working in your favor. Now, gratitude ain't about pretending everything is perfect. Life's going to throw you some real challenges, no doubt about that. But gratitude is the ability to pause and say, even in the middle of this mess, I still have something to be thankful for. And when you train yourself to look for the good, even in small things, you start to rewire your brain. Your mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance, from stress to strength, from complaint to calm. You ever notice how some folks wake up mad at the world before they even brush their teeth? They're already complaining, it's too early. I don't want to go to work. Why is it Monday again? That energy, it multiplies. You carry it into your car, into your conversations, into your job, and into your body. Stress becomes your default setting. And then you wonder why the whole day feels heavy. But what if, instead, you woke up and said, thank you? Not because everything is perfect, but because you're here. Because you have another shot to try again. Because there's breath in your lungs, and that means there's still purpose in your life. That simple act of gratitude, right when you wake up, becomes a reset button. It grounds you, it reminds you of your blessings before your problems start speaking. It doesn't have to be deep or complicated. You can be thankful for a warm bed, for the roof over your head, for the quiet before the world wakes up. Gratitude isn't about having everything. It's about noticing everything you already have. And the more you notice, the more you attract. That's the real secret. What you focus on grows. If you focus on stress, you'll find more stress. But if you focus on gratitude, you'll find more to be grateful for. Starting your day with gratitude also softens your heart. It makes you more patient, more compassionate, more open to joy. You treat people differently when you feel full instead of lacking. You handle setbacks differently when your heart is anchored in thankfulness. So before you check your phone, before you run into your schedule, just take 1 minute, close your eyes, breathe deep and say thank you. Let that be your starting point. Because gratitude is more than a feeling. It's a choice. And when you choose it in the morning, you carry it into the rest of your day like armor. And that right there can change everything. Your routine shapes your results. Plain and simple. The way you structure your mornings isn't just about how you feel in the moment. It's about the long-term impact it has on your focus, your discipline, and your outcomes in life. A strong morning routine sets you up to move through your day with intention, not chaos. It builds a sense of order in a world that constantly throws distractions your way. And here's the real kicker. Successful people don't leave their mornings up to chance. They design them. Now, you don't need to copy someone else's 10-step millionaire morning formula. Your routine doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. The power comes from consistency, not complexity. You want your mornings to create momentum. You want them to feed your mind, move your body, and fuel your soul. Because once you win the morning, you start stacking small wins, and those wins turn into progress. Let's break it down. Imagine starting your morning with 5 or 10 minutes of silence, journaling, or prayer. That's not just a peaceful moment, that's mental clarity. You give yourself space to reflect on your goals, your priorities, and the kind of person you want to be that day. Instead of waking up and being pulled in every direction, you decide what matters most. That's powerful. Then maybe you move your body. It doesn't have to be a full gym session. Just stretching, walking, or doing something to wake up your physical energy. Because your mind works better when your body is awake and alive. That movement gets your blood flowing, your brain firing, and your mood lifted. It's hard to feel stuck in life when you start your day moving forward. Literally. Now add something to feed your mind, a podcast, a book, a motivational video, or even 5 minutes of writing out your goals. When you give your brain something positive, something intentional to focus on, you train your thoughts to work with you instead of against you. You start your day with vision, not worry, with purpose, not panic. This kind of routine, simple as it might be, is what separates people who drift through life from people who drive toward their dreams. Because when you repeat these small actions daily, they start to compound. Your confidence builds, your focus sharpens, your productivity increases, and most importantly, you begin to live on purpose. Think of your morning routine like a warm-up before a big game. You don't just run out onto the field cold and expect to win. You prepare, you lock in, you stretch, you focus, you breathe. Life is no different. If you step into your day unprepared, distracted, or reactive, you're setting yourself up for stress and struggle. But if you step into it with clarity and intention, you're giving yourself the best possible chance to succeed. So create a routine that works for you and stick to it, not just when you feel like it, but especially when you don't. Because your routine is more than a habit. It's your launch pad. It's the foundation of your growth. And your results will always reflect the work you put in at the start. A lot of people are out here waiting on a miracle, waiting on some life-changing moment to fall out of the sky and fix everything. They think if they could just get that one big break, that one lucky chance, then everything would finally fall into place. But the truth is, most lives aren't changed by one giant moment. They're changed by small, consistent decisions, especially the ones you make every morning. You don't need a miracle, you need better mornings. See, transformation doesn't come in a flash. It comes in the quiet commitment to do better, one day at a time. And your mornings are the most powerful place to start. That's your sacred space. That's the part of the day where you get to decide who you're going to be, how you're going to show up, and what kind of energy you're going to carry into the world. But when you waste those first few hours sleeping in, scrolling aimlessly, rushing through everything, you're throwing away your best shot at growth. Let me be real with you. You can't build a legendary life on lazy mornings. You just can't. You can't expect to crush your goals when your first move every day is to procrastinate. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about making better choices even when you don't feel like it. And the easiest place to start building that discipline is in the morning, when it's quiet, when it's just you, and when no one's watching. Because here's the thing, when you take control of your morning, you take control of your mindset. And when your mindset is strong, your decisions get better. Your focus sharpens. Your confidence grows. You walk into the day with purpose instead of panic. And that kind of energy, that changes everything. You start showing up differently at work, in your relationships, in your dreams. People look at successful individuals and think they must have had some massive breakthrough. But what they don't see is the early mornings, the repeated routines, the quiet choices that didn't feel glamorous at the time. That's what builds success. That's what builds character. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about being ready when it shows up. And the way you get ready is by mastering your morning. It's not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing something intentional. Even 5 minutes of gratitude or a quick goal check or a moment of silence before the chaos hits. That alone can shift your whole day. And if you do that every day, that's momentum. That's progress. That's you becoming the version of yourself you keep dreaming about. You're not stuck because you don't have a miracle. You're stuck because you haven't built the morning that supports your mission. And once you fix that, once you start waking up with intention, discipline, and a clear sense of purpose, your whole life starts to change. Not magically, but consistently. And that's even better because real change doesn't show up overnight. It shows up every morning when you